glasses and everything. I look like an old man. I'm an old man, an old feeble man.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Brian from Weird World War II, and I am gonna paint today. This is a shit on my table live feed, and neither one of us are wearing pants, so we can't get up.
You're an idiot.
That's right, guys. We're not wearing any pants. Okay, so if I look over here, guys, it's because my laptop's here. If you have anything to say, you can say, "Hey, what's up?" and I'll look up and type away. Now, Mel's not going to be here. She's here, but she's not here. You know what I mean?
Okay, you're shit.
No, she's around. She's about. She might come in and say hi every once in a while or whatever. But feel free to hop in, talk shit, tell me what's going down. So I'm on this this painting challenge week, right? Not Jay is a dude that started a painting challenge. So there you go. And I'm partaking in it. And shit, where's my paint? What'd you do with my paint, baby? Oh, there it is. You're lucky. And I mean, they got a big old thing where they do points, and so much shit costs so many points or whatever it might be. I'm not doing that. That's on those guys. I'm just doing the challenge. So I'm gonna try to paint. I have a video up already about what I intend to paint. I actually added a few more things to it, but we'll see how far I get. And I've actually been painting, which is good. That's anything that get me painting. That's always a bonus. Because my painting partner doesn't paint anymore. She's getting old, guys. Crotchety. Right, baby?
What?
I said right?
What?
I said right.
I'm not saying yes to some random bullshit out of your mouth.
Oh, nice. She said yes to everybody else, but not me.
There's no telling what you just said.
Yeah, she's making, I don't know, you're not making, I already made dinner.
Making sweet tea.
She's making tea, sweet tea. That's the thing down in Texas is sweet tea, not tea. It's sweet tea. It's not fucking hot tea, okay? I mean, I know a lot of you guys from across the pond drink hot fucking tea, but I remember one time, 3 a.m, I go to Whataburger, right? Go up there, and I order a fucking tea, okay? I said unsweet because I don't like the sweet tea. I said unsweetened tea, right? This guy, I don't know where the fuck planet he's on. He gives me a hot cup of water and a tea bag. I go, are you fucking kidding? I mean, this is a joke, right? He's like, no, you wanted tea. I'm like, dude, we're not in fucking England. And I'm not about to like make my own fucking tea, you know, at fucking Whataburger. It was insane. I was like, what?
Put some ice in a cup and put some tea in that bitch.
Fucking madness. I don't know what that was about. Maybe they're having like a special, like, you know.
And
like,
he's from England.
No, he wasn't from England. Fucking barely speak coherent anyway. Not to say that people who work at Whataburger can't speak coherently, but this dumbass dude, he could barely do it. I'm surprised he was still breathing. But yeah, that was interesting. I was with some friends and we're like, what the? He's fucking with me, dude. He had to be or something. And he played it off like he's like, what? Oh, you wanted just like iced tea? I thought maybe. I'm like, dude. Or the guy's never had a tea before.
Or
like,
maybe
he's never.
Since it was in the middle of the night, maybe he was stoned.
No, he's probably fucking stoned. In that kind of prerequisite when you work fast food, working a night shift. So Mel has experience being managers to various.
A very bad manager, but a manager.
Manager nonetheless of various. Rob, what's up, dude? Yeah, man, you guys need to stop living like you guys live 7 hours ahead of us. So elitist over there in Europe. Just because they're 7 hours ahead. No, that's cool. Well, glad to have you, man. Yeah, I'm painting some. You guys can't really see because my cameras and stuff suck. But anyway, I'm painting Warlord Japs right now. So like I was saying, I was part of this what is it, painting challenge, and so that's what I'm doing. Well, because the camera sucks, and even if it's like looking down at what I'm doing, they can't really see what I'm doing. Right? I guess I could try it. You guys can check out like this is my painting space. Painting space.
So neat and organized.
Yes. But yeah, just painting up some Japs. Just trying to see what the hell going on. So when you paint World War II Japanese, it's just varying levels of brown. So I guess technically you could probably just paint the whole damn thing a single brown color and then just highlight it. But me being who I am, I don't know. I just paint the way I paint, guys. I don't know if it's a smart way or a white way. It's just my way. Just my way.
It's just your way.
Just your way.
Do.
But yeah, I have this thing. But I find, I don't know, man. This, as much as this is cool, it's not cool because it just sometimes you can't get the angles because you got this shit on here. The handle itself kind of, but it does come in handy. So painting, guys. I'm a lifelong war gamer and modeler. I've been making models since I was a child, and so I've always been into painting and stuff, right? But man, as I've gotten older, my eyes are just shit, and it painting for me now is really a chore. It's like it's something that has to be done. It's not enjoyable, and seriously, guys, it is not enjoyable at all anymore. I just, unfortunately, and that used to be a really big part of the hobby was like, painting. I enjoyed painting. I saw your note about the challenge. Neat idea, but Facebook only. I'm worried. I'm working on my one. Ooh, you got 148 Sergeant Rockin' Easy. Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah, dude. You got to show me some pics of your Rockin' Easy, bro. That sounds awesome. I'm into that shit. That's my boy, Rockin' Easy. Woo! Man, many a night. I was a huge comic book collector, but I had every appearance, I tell you, of Sergeant Rock. Not every issue, but every fucking appearance. Everything. And all the old, like, Brave and the Bold, and all the really weird crossovers, and DC Blue Ribbon specials, and all that crazy shit. Man, I was a huge Rock fan, dude. I did that. I had every appearance of the Punisher, had every appearance of Sergeant Rock, and I had every appearance of Hydra back in the 80s. Hey, man, what's up, Greg? I assume that's Greg. Yeah, hang out with us, man. I'm just painting, trying to paint. But yeah, huge comic book fan, man. Huge. I'm not a comic book fan anymore. It's funny. I was a Sergeant Rock. Well, Sergeant Rock. I was Captain America, Punisher, and the Nick Fury. And that was about it.
Fury has a new episode.
Yeah, not that fucking Nick Fury. That's like the Ultimates Nick Fury. I'm the original Nick Fury where he was in World War II and shit, the white guy. That's the real Nick Fury. Now, don't get me wrong. The Nick Fury that they use for like the movies and shit, that's like the reincarnation of it's kind of like a reboot of the Avengers. It was they were called the Ultimates. It's kind of Marvel was trying to make like the Avengers kind of more realistic or some shit. But I enjoy the character, but it's just not my Nick Fury. But yeah, Greg, right on, dude. But yeah, so call these bread back. Yeah, but yeah, I was a big Fury fan in the '60s stuff, like with Steranko, drawing it. Man, Steranko's art was just fucking phenomenal, dude. It was like reading a comic book and some art. Like the art was like Art Deco, dude. It was just crazy. It was cool looking though. And it was all, and then you also had the Strange Tales. That was like I think that was Fury and I believe Fury and Doctor Strange. It was kind of like a dual book. They used to do that. Marvel used to have these titles that would do two characters in one book. Like half the comic would be this character. Oh shit, that's the wrong color. Damn it. Yeah, that would be half the comic would be one character, and the other half would be the other. And I had all the tales with Captain America in it, and that team up, half of it was Captain America. I think the other half was Iron Man. I think. And then the Strange Tales are Nick Fury and then Doctor Strange. Oh, you did Zach. Right on. Yeah, so if you guys don't know who Zach is, Zach was Easy Company's original Bazooka Man. And in the comics, he loses his arm in combat. And he gets shipped back home, because, can't have a one-arm bazooka guy. But they did a couple. I want to say they did.
They just give him a pistol.
Well, I mean, he got one arm, babe.
You can shoot a pistol.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of grounds for sending you home. Come on now.
I didn't know. I don't know him like that.
Well, I mean, come on now. Use your brain.
Shut.
Mel's like, he can shoot a pistol. Send him back. Send his ass back to the front. She'd be good in the commissariat for the Soviets during World War II. You're still breathing. Take this weapon. Use your teeth. Use your big toe. But so Zach loses his arm and he gets shipped back home. And I believe he did a couple issues of Sergeant Rock where Zach is actually back home, and he gets he goes back to his hometown, and there's like a bunch of gangsters. It turns into kind of like an A-Team episode. It's great. So he's kicking ass, like killing a bunch of asshole gangsters with his one arm. I just remembered as a kid because I remember it was so the image of it. It was like he had one of the like his sleeve was like bent over and pinned in place, and man, it was awesome. I just remember he's like shooting like a Tommy gun or a shotgun or something. I just remember that scene being fucking great. But yeah, so Zach, but then Zach got replaced by the next bazooka team crew of Easy was short round and long round. So this real tall guy was the bazooka gunner, and then the short guy was like the loader, or it might have been reversed. I can't remember. But they became the regular bazooka crew for Easy. But yeah. Tough chick, huh? We're talking about you, baby, I think. She's pretty tough. Mel's a rough. She's a rough house. She'll knock you around. She'll cut you.
I'll cut a bitch.
She'll cut a kid too. Don't
No, I'll punch a kid.
Oh, she'll punch a kid. Excuse me. She'll cut a kid.
But not my own kids. Everybody else's kids.
Like we were watching Pet Cemetery or some shit, and she's like, "I will cut that little kid." I'm like, I mean, okay. All right. Listen, I give you that. That kid was like evil. Yeah, zombie kid. I mean, that might have, there might be grounds for that, Yeah, but you know what? Okay, listen, guys. So there's a few movies, right? Growing up, you would watch. You're single and you're younger, and you don't, whatever. You're watching like Pet Cemetery, or you're watching The Mist, or some shit like that, right? Where it has parents and kids in it, right? And the very profound one I watched was The Mist, man. So I watched The Mist, when it first came out, and I was single, or at least I didn't have kids. And then I had a couple kids, and I was doing the whole dad thing. And then I watched The Mist again. Holy shit! It's like a whole nother movie, dude. As a parent, because I won't give the spoilers but The Mist, it has, this guy and his kid. They're trapped in like a store, and there's monsters all around. But it's like, what do you do for what are you willing to do? How far are you willing to go for your kid?
For one, I would have knocked that Bible.
Don't tell the folks
out in the mist.
Well, and that's another thing. Mel starts screaming and yelling, but in the heat of battle, you're like, you don't know there's monsters out there. You don't know what the fuck is going on.
So the big monsters were in that store, though.
Well, I mean, remember, not anyway, but yeah, I mean, hindsight's 2020, obviously. So for you to just say that exactly what you would do is because you already know what's happening. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. But no, yeah, like some crazy loon, like religious person going ape shit, dude. Yeah, that I don't know if I kill her, but when she started like killing other people, yeah, she's target city, target rich. She's going down. You can see how slow I paint, guys. I do the same fucking thing like 5 fucking times. But that's how I do it, guys. And these paint jobs ain't that great. I mean, they're okay. Do I paint okay, baby?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, thank you, babe. I pay her to say that, guys.
I'm a paid spokesman.
She's a paid sponsor. But yep. Spokesperson. She's my paid weird World War II spokesperson. So Rob, dude, be sure to, when you take some pictures, bro, be sure to put it on the YouTube, or not the YouTube, but the Facebook. Or we've got a what's the D one? The I was about to say Dragnet. What's that other like Discord. We got
old.
Goddamn old. Anyway, we got a Discord, dude. If you want to put it on that. I don't know how to get people on Discord. People are always talking about, oh my God, Discord this, Discord that, Discord shit, man. I'm on there, and I have a few people on there, but I mean, there's not like this huge discussion. Most of the discussion for Weird World War II tends to come from Facebook. But I'm on Twitter. I'm on all tons of shit. Pinterest. Yeah. Well, that's my video. That's all my like just pictures. So yeah, so guys, if you're looking for some like weird World War II pictures, go to my Pinterest, and it's got it basically has all the pictures that I use in the various social networking sites. So it's full, tons of fucking images. I mean, there's hundreds, there's probably thousands now. Man, I've had that thing for like 10 years, I think. So yeah, it's got probably thousands of pictures, like weird World War II / World War II stuff on there. So if you're looking for pictures, what's that?
You can have some memes.
Yeah, I got memes and Twitters and tweeters and DBers and babbers or whatever the hell they call. Yeah, I'm not really savvy. I don't know. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I kind of fake my ignorance with this internet shit a lot. Just because I don't want to fuck with it. But I mean, I get what's going on. I don't know, man. It's like, I think my crowd, the people that watch me or listen or who just play Weird World War II are probably a little older. So they're probably in the same boat, although they know about Twitter and, all that shit. They're just not involved in it like the kids are. Can you imagine? Holy shit. Can you imagine being like in the 80s, right? And having access to the internet like our kids do now? Dude. I never leave my room. You wouldn't have to turn the light on, Mom, at dark, because I would be in the room already because I'd be fucking on the internet doing whatever stuff I'm doing. Man, I tell you, the internet's something else. God, I just think we lived during a time before it, babe. You know what I mean? I remember getting those American Online discs in the mail, like get like 10 of them a month. They just keep sending you free. Join America Online.
Here's a free trial.
Here's a 500-hour, whatever. I had American Online. That was my first internet, like whatever hosting service, or I don't even know what they fucking call them.
Oh no, I never paid for it.
I remember.
Free discs over and over.
Well, yeah. Well, you just keep using the disc over and over.
Well, no, because they kept sending them to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. I guess you just come up with a different name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had America Online. I remember Alta Vista was the search engine I think that I used all the time. Alta Vista, and then Yahoo came out. I remember doing Yahoo. Remember Yahoo Groups, man? That was some good shit. Hotmail? Yeah, I remember Hotmail. That was Microsoft's thing, wasn't it? Hotmail.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we still have Hotmail accounts, don't we?
Yeah.
Is that what Microsoft still calls their shit? I don't even remember.
No, they call it out.
No, that's yeah, like Outlook or some shit. That's right. But yeah, crazy times. God, just being in a time before interwebs. Whew. We're old. We old folks. We're old. But yeah, so Greg, how was the con, dude? I've watched a couple videos of the guys at the con on the other end, like the WWII game guys. I've watched a couple of videos on their perspective of the game, of the con. They mentioned your game. They were mentioned, yeah, there was a Flames of War, Red Dawn game up there. He said that they were saying like majority of the games were the WWII game stuff, but there was a pretty good selection of other shit. Well, that's good. I know it's kind of set up for the WWII Games stuff. So that's the hard thing about small cons, guys, is it's like, for you to get it going, it's got to be local. So what happens is you kind of draw just the local crowd. And then I guess the bigger you get, more people start coming or whatever. But I can't drive out to Kansas City from Texas, and host one day of gaming. And then plus I gotta buy I gotta buy my own ticket. That's like, man, I don't know, dude. That's a hell of a drive. And then I gotta buy a fucking ticket to it. And I know it goes to something or other, like a charity or something, but shit, man, I can barely. Hell, we bought dinner. I had to buy some food for us to eat dinner with my change. I'm a pre-computer, let alone pre-internet. I remember the release of the Sinclair. Holy shit, yeah, the Commodore stuff. Woo, the Sinclair. I remember that. I remember the first video game, like at-home video game. My neighbor was a huge computer geek, right? Like he was like, he had the internet like in the 80s. Like it was all textual and shit. And I think he had a Sinclair or had an Apple, the big Apple ones. I think I can't remember but I remember the game that he had was Captain Midnight, I think is what it was called. And dude, that thing was amazing. That was like, oh man, that was just awesome. It was like a sci-fi video, like side scroller game. Oh my god, it was amazing, man. It was phenomenal. And it was like the screen was yellow. It had yellow screen, and the effects were like like robot sounds and shit. It was great. That was my first I remember making my first computer, dude. I think it was in the 90s. In the 90s. When Wing Commander. I think it was Wing Commander came out. And then the X-Wing, the original X-Wing game came out, I was like, oh shit, I gotta make a computer, because I had friends that were geeks and they're helping me. Like, hey man, we just make you a fucking computer. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to make a goddamn computer. Like, might as well be going to the moon. But he's like, no, we'll teach you how. So with their help, I made a 486 DX2 computer. It was great. Had like a Sound Blaster Pro like audio card, and I think I can't remember what the graphic cards was. It was like Voodoo, or I can't remember what they called it. But yeah, I made a computer. It's pretty cool. And it worked pretty. I mean, it worked for a little while until the games got more and more advanced and shit. You needed more and more memory and all that crap. But I can't imagine what the video game, like PC games, what kind of like requirements you need for games now. Holy shit, it must be crazy with all the level of computering and computating and shit. Shit, man. That's crazy. All right, guys. So what I'm doing here is I am trying to do keyword. I'm gonna try to paint up a group of 4 guys. Here, let me see this is what I got going on right here, guys. So I'm gonna try to paint a group of 4 guys every day. So there we go. So gaps that I want to paint. So here is some sort of cannon, I think it's like a 40 millimeters, I don't know, 30 millimeter cannon. And then these are just groups of jet infantry, and these are anti-tank rifles, some more infantry. Then there's another cannon. These are my hive troopers from AE World War II right here. They're like, so the best thing I can compare them to, they're kind of like druids, right? And they kind of like control insects. So they like produce these swarms of insects to attack the enemy and to obscure vision. And then there's a samurai dude here too. And there's these are some German those are gonna be like some German like advisors for the Chinese. There's snipers and flamethrowers over here. And then some suicide troops. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm hoping every day I'm just going to try to do a glump of 5 or 4 or 5 guys at a time. But yeah, it should be fun. Okay. Jokes bad. So what were we watching the other day, babe, that we liked, that movie we watched? What did we watch? Oh, it smells like smut in here. Okay, guys. So me and Mel are huge, like, we're big horror fans, right? Oh. The Being. We watched, I'd seen this before. It's been a long time, but I'd seen it before. It's called The Being. It's some 80s. Oh my God. It was just fucking, didn't make any sense. I mean, it basically, I remember an interview. So this girl made it and wrote it, right? And she's basically said, I can't remember. I think her last name was it Chong or some shit like that? I can't remember. She was basically saying I just wrote like scenes that other movies were doing that were famous and hoping that they would catch on or some shit. And it was just like, yeah, it didn't work. It was shit. And it had like Martin Landau in it. It had a bunch of like famous like TV personalities. But the main guy, oh my God, he couldn't act. His range was like none. But yeah, so supposedly like this toxic waste monster. Anyway, so there's a scene, right? And there's like these holy rollers like camped out in front of this like masseuse place, and they think it's full of porn or some shit. And they break into it, right? They're gonna deface the porn or whatever. And when they walk in, guys, they say, "This place smells like smut." Isn't that what they said?
Yes.
They said, no, it smells of smut here. Oh my! And it was just the actor, whoever did it, was the greatest actor in the world, because he knocked it right out of the ballpark. He like said that with a straight face, and I was
like, get her done, people.
Oh yeah, they were like hillbilly dudes. It was great. So
stole a Playboy.
yeah, one of them like stole a Playboy and like put it in his pocket. Your classic like, Puritan hypocrite or whatever. That's funny. But yeah, it's a stupid movie. And then we watched a good one. We watched the Red Sky.
Scarlet Red Sky.
No, what?
Blood Red Sky.
Blood Red Sky. It was good. It was like I think that's it's a Netflix movie. It's basically like vampires on a plane, but it has some twists in it. It's really good. I really enjoyed that one. That wasn't bad. But yeah, it was good. So okay, so I was watching some. I'm not a big painter anymore, and I really pass over a lot of the videos of all these fucking painter dudes, and they're paint your fucking 40K like this, and you'll be amazing, or whatever the fuck. So I'm not really in tune. I'm not a 40K fan, and I don't give a shit about the Space Marines and how they look, but I do, every once in a while, I'll just see what the hell they're talking about, and do it.
Nothing. I'll tell you later.
Shut your butt. What did I say? 40 what?
Gay.
I said 40 gay. That's funny. But they're talking about wet palettes, right? And I'm like, I used to do wet palettes. And I don't know why I don't do them anymore. I just don't for some reason. It's weird. But I tend to not put much paint to use from. So it's like I use it up pretty quick before it dries out. So I don't really know why you need a wet palette. And I guess there's you can buy them or something. How do you buy a wet palette? I mean, don't you just make one? You just get a paper towel and moisten it up and use that or something. I don't know what they're using. So yeah, me. So they were ranting about that shit. Oh, okay. So I don't remember his name, but he's some British dude. He he got me. So I guess it was April Fool's Day, right? And it didn't register until after I watched it. And his video is like, that's it. This is something like that. And he said that he was quitting his shop, or he was quitting his channel because GW hired him, and he was gonna paint Warhammer shit now for them and be on I guess they have a fucking YouTube channel now or streaming channel, some fucking shit. I don't know. And he was like, yeah, so I'm gonna give up all my shit, and you can see all my stuff at the Warhammer channel. And then he says, yeah, so what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna teach people how to paint Warhammer. And then he's like, then during conventions, I'm gonna weigh participants' models and see if they're bootlegs or some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah, so he was just screwing around, but he had me for a while. I was like, you fucking sell out, I was getting all like, you loser or whatever. But then he psych, motherfucker. And it was pretty funny. He got me. So whoever you are, if you're listening, which you're not, but if you're listening out there, you got me. That was funny. That was a funny skit. I can't remember his name. I tell you guys what it was, because I try to boost everybody that I watch or that I'm talking about, because we're a community here, and I try to help out as much as I can with the community. Just today, I was on a live podcast. I wasn't on it, but I was partaking in the chat in it, and they were talking about monetizing, right, their channels, because they're at 1,000, and some guys were saying that YouTube's gonna, if you don't monetize, they're gonna fuck with your channel or something, right? And I'm like, I don't do this for money, guys. Hanging out with you guys is that very thing. It's just hanging out with you. I don't want your fucking money. And you guys have heard me rant about this shit before.
Don't start.
Oh, here comes Mel. She got to put her 2 cents in. But it's topical. You wanted me to talk about topical shit. So that was today.
You've already done it.
Shut up. But I want woman.
No.
See?
He's in there ranting, all kinds of painting. Angry painters are
I'm not angry. I'm just talking. See, guys.
Angry painters.
Women. You gotta love them. I love you, baby.
I keep you in check.
Well, like I suppose she keeps me out of jail. That's for sure. It keeps me from being killed. So, yeah, we've had some problems with our neighbors, and I don't give if someone's fucking. I'll say something. I'll just put it that way. I'll say something. And she's like, "Okay, new rule. If you don't want me to do exactly what you're doing, then you can't do it. So, would you want me to walk out there and say the things that you did to them?" I'm like, "Hell no." And I'm like, "Oh, I see what you're doing there. Oh, she got me." So I got to be, I guess, on my best behavior. She's just looking out for me because someone's got to. MS Paints. Thanks, Brian. Brian from Mini War Mud. So Brian, holy shit, this motherfucker, he had a 24-hour paint-a-thon. Woohoo! You, my friend, are a better man than me, dude. I could not do it.
Why is he awake?
Well, that was several days ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was. I think it ended on Saturday or Sunday morning. I think. Man, you're a beast. But they did a 24-hour painting session where they're all there just painting whatever. And Brian was losing it, but he kept going. He had the power. But yeah, so like today on his go to his Facebook page, Mini Warmut, he showed what he finished that day. That 24 hour. He fucking painted a lot. He got a lot done, man. I was impressed. Brian. You did good, dude. Shit, I would have bowed out after like
He was kind of delirious.
2. Yeah, you were delirious though, brother. But that's all right. That's okay. Oh yeah, you're doing your little dance. Yeah, Mel was having a good time watching you. See, I figured it. Let's see. I figured it out when he told them how much he. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So Brian mentions in that video I was talking about. He talks about his taxes. Like he was getting. They offered him. They asked. So the guy said, "How much?" They said Games Workshop came in and said, "How much do you get paid?" And he said, "About $19,000 before taxes." And then they said, "Okay, well, we'll pay you less than $19,000 after taxes." And he says, "Okay." So I thought he might have fucked that up, right? Like he just, he filmed it wrong and he said it wrong. But then no, that was like the first indication that he was screwing around. But yeah, I caught that, dude. But that was funny. That was funny. Oh, so Rob did an actual stint with GW. I'm intense. I'm boisterous.
That's what I call you.
I'm boisterous. Oh, yeah. So those last 6 hours were rough on you, dude. Yeah. Yeah, they were talking to their minis. Like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to paint you up good." That was good. That was fun, dude. That was fun. It looks like you've fostered a pretty good rapport with those guys. That's pretty cool. You got a little cool little gaming or painting community right there to hang out with. That's pretty sweet. So Brian, have you found any like local gamers? Like you're in Arizona, right? Or New Mexico? I think Arizona. There's got to be some gamers out there. But yeah, Rob, so working for GW. So, okay, guys. So my first like real job where I like filled out like tax paperwork was Lone Star Comics in Arlington, Texas. And I was like 15 years old. And it was like 86, I think. 86 or 87. No, I think it was 87. And that's like right when it dropped, right? The Rogue Trader came out or whatnot. So 40K was really my first like miniature war game. Now I played some Ancients before, but I just played it. I didn't like collect and paint it and all that shit. But yeah, so I I worked there, right? And they I got paid minimum wage, which is like $4.23 an hour, dude. I remember. I think I still have my first paycheck stuff, just as like a memento. It was like $4.23 an hour. Jesus. But dude, but the kicker was the student or the employee discount was like 40% or something like that. So man, I worked on because I was a kid. I only worked I think I worked like Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, and so just the weekends, and maybe just Fridays. Was it fucking Saturdays and Sundays? I think it was just the weekend, so Saturday and Sundays. But anyway. But I wasn't putting a lot of hours in, so I wasn't making much money. But man, all that money went right back into the store because I just used my student discount to get all sorts of shit. Not student discount, my employee discount. Game workshops are very, very few. There's one south of me. No, I mean, not talking about GW stuff, but I mean, there's got to be some game shops around there other than GW. Oh yeah, so that's a big thing is card games, man. That's like the bread and butter for all these shops, dude. Because I mean, you can buy most stuff online cheaper than you can at the retails. And I know a lot of guys try to support the local, brick and mortars as best they can. Man, I'm telling. Yeah, so like in where we're at, there's a couple game shops, and they have they either have like a bunch of shit and no place to play, or they got a bunch of space, but they don't really have a lot of shit to sell. But everybody's got cards. My God, it's like cards out the ass. But listen, man, I mean, I don't mean to be a snob, a gaming snob. Cards just ain't my thing, but I can totally see the draw for cards because you don't have to paint anything. You don't need terrain. You don't lug anything around but like a little card folder, and you can play all day. Do it?
We've been playing cards.
Oh yeah, so we've been playing a game called Grave Robbers from Outer Space. It's a lot of fun, guys. It's just like it's like a B movie card game where you have characters, and it's real funny. It's like they're characters from different kinds of movies, and you have all these special effects. You got monsters that attack your the other people's characters and stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's a real fast game, not very in depth. Mel has a good time with it. And if Mel's happy, everybody's happy. Yeah, I mean, I kind of dig. I'm with a gaming. I have a gaming club, right? And and honestly, guys, the guys that I usually play with, they're a lot older than me. They're probably 20 years older than me, so they're old timers. I'm 50, but they're great guys, and they've been gaming fucking since the 70s. I've been gaming since the 80s, but yeah. So I hang out with them, and we play a lot. They're mostly historical gamers, so I play a lot of historical gaming. And I'm not talking about warlord shit. I'm talking about, obscure, like this weekend I played a World War I naval combat system. And it was a lot of fun, dude. I had a great time. But these guys are really heavy thinkers, and they're really mechanics guys, and they love trying out new mechanics and listen, they have pretty deep pockets. So they pretty much get all the games that exist, and we try them all out, and we figure out which one we like the better, and that's what we play. But yeah, it's so I play a lot of shit, man, and they have a lot of old stuff, tons of the old Avalon Hill and the TSR and the Micro Armor. I mean, I got all that shit, guys. I got all the Steve Jackson Car War shit, and I mean, tons of stuff. I went in and asked him about King's War products, and he looked at me like I have war. Yeah, same here, Spain. Oh, you're in Spain, Rob? Right on. Card games and the board games. I don't see any board game playing in the States, in the game shops, ever. Or I shouldn't say ever, but very rarely. It's usually card games or miniature gaming. That's the only thing that you see. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's oh my God, they didn't even know what Mantic was. Yeah, see, man, see, we live in the golden age of gaming, man. I mean, there are so many companies out there making so much stuff, and it's just like it's unfortunate that you have these brick and mortar that or just these kind of fair weather gamers. They only see the big brand items because, man, there's so much stuff out there, and I can the only thing I can say is the only way you're going to get exposed to any of that shit is at conventions, right? Like gaming conventions. I know a lot of people don't like gaming conventions, all the people and all the bullshit or whatever, but I'm telling you, man, the smell, Mel says the smells. Hey, we're gamers. It happens. I mean, I'm used to gamer pizza farts. I've smelled them my whole life. But it was funny. We went to Millennium Con this year, and I'm like, "Did it smell?" And she's like, "It wasn't too bad." I'm like, "What?" But I have to be fair. Mel has a superhuman olfactor, so it's like she can smell like moonbeams and shit. So, but yeah. So so Brian, dude, if you guys have like any kind of gaming cons in the area, like never come by, or that isn't like GW specific or some shit like that, that's just kind of like general, that has anybody can go up there or whatever, do it, dude. Host some games, man. Get some people involved in what you like to do, and the next thing you know, you got a small little crew of dudes, ladies playing. But yeah, Mantic, I mean, I'm surprised, Mantic, I don't see Mantic as much as I should in game shops because, dude, first of all, their minis and stuff are as good as any GW product. And I haven't played, well, I take it back. I have played Kings of War once. And I played well. I mean, it's not really my thing, but I mean, it wasn't shit. I enjoyed playing what I played. But I mean, like I said, the models look fucking fantastic, dude. And I believe the system is so general that you can pretty much, hell, I mean, I think only the limitations, the mechanics, are just the basing. I believe it's just like, cavalry need to be based in this manner. It doesn't matter what system you use or what game, mini line. It's like a free range game. So, so guys, if you guys hear me say free range gaming, right? I've been saying that shit for like years, like long time. And that's my, like, I guess the comparative term would be agnostic, game agnostic. I don't like that. That sounds weird. That's stupid. But anyway, so if I say free range gaming, I'm just that free range, any range that you have, you can play it with. But yeah, I mean, that's sweet. That's the way to do it. I'll be honest with you guys. As technology advances, and like the 3D printer stuff becomes more plug and play. I know a lot of people say it's already at that level. It's not. I mean, if your parents can't fucking do it without asking you help, then it's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like it. Exactly. I mean, exactly. It's like, and that's fine. It's just, because, it's just not what they know. Doesn't mean they can't do it. But I'm saying when that level of tech comes about in the 3D printers, it's going to destroy the business model of all these guys, because everybody and their brother will just print their own fucking minis. Right. And, ooh, there you go. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's a long way to go. I mean, you're in Arizona, but yeah, dude, that's your crew. The WWII guys are your crew, man. You should make it out there one year, dude. I'm sure Greg would go out and meet you there too. He went there this year, I believe, too. But yeah, shit, I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about, baby? Oh, the 3D printer. So like, these people buying, oh my God, like GW. Listen, guys, I mean, GW is like a toy company that has a rule system to convince you to buy their toys. It's not a gaming company, I don't think, anymore. I mean, dude, even if I wanted to play 40K, I can't afford it, dude. Like if you're buying from GW, I don't know, like a Land Raider's like $100. What planet are you fucking on? But there's people that buy it. So I mean, I can't say anything. I mean, it's popular. I mean, guys, and listen, I was a huge 40K fan in Rogue Trader in second edition. I quit in second edition. After when third edition came around, I stopped playing.
Now they're on like the 10th edition.
Yeah, they're coming out with 10th edition. Look at that, Mel. I'm proud of you. My baby just threw out some game tech, some game jargon and news. I've corrupted her, guys. She's full-blown game geek. I love it. I love you, baby. Can't believe it. It's my girl being geeky. Look at you. Look at the brain on Mel. Look at the geekness on Mel. Mel's always been a geek. She just didn't know it. Kind of like Brian, man. Brian, you're coming in.
I've been a nerd, okay?
You were never a nerd. You're not smart enough.
No.
You're a geek. You're a geek.
You're
a geek.
I've always been a geek.
Nerds are people who like read technical manuals for fun.
Oh, no.
I'm not a nerd. I'm not smart enough to be a nerd. Nerds are like computer scientists and shit like that. Or people who like Star Trek. And I love Star Trek. But those are the people who like learn Klingon and shit. Those are nerds. I always wanted to learn Klingon. I just, didn't. Because it's cool. Black, dark, dark. I don't know.
Who would you talk to?
Other Klingons? Come on, woman. If I have to explain it to you. But anyway. But what were we talking about? Yeah, so like 40K, I mean, GW, and oh my God, the prices are fucking outrageous, man. Now, how much profit do you need? I mean, I'm not fucking naive. I'm not some dumbass nihilist. I'm a capitalist.
You love something, honey, like people who love the sale. They might go into that hobby, even though it's expensive, but they love to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. But what I'm saying is like the price is so high that it shuts a lot of doors to a lot of people. And you have some, gamer guys like, wargaming ain't for pussies, man. You gotta it ain't for poor people either. And I get that shit. You don't, I'm about, look, I'm not some, crazy far lefty or whatever. I am crazy. I give you that. But I'm about inclusivity for the damn gaming. Because man, listen, if we're not letting people play our games, the fucking hobby's dead, dude. No one, and if no one can afford the fucking thing, then you're killing the hobby. Because listen, again, I've talked about all this shit before, but
I think
you can spend $50 and buy a fucking video game, and yeah, she just doesn't want to hear it again. You just be quiet and play your Skyrim. But be quiet.
Yeah, be quiet.
Be quiet, woman. Make me a pizza.
Whatever. Make your own damn pizza.
Yeah. I'm just giving her shit, guys. She can kick my butt. Big jock turn geek. I know, Brian, man. It's funny. I have a buddy. Let me get this. I have a buddy that he was like you, dude. In like high school and college and shit. He was a big football guy. And he when he got out of college, or like his last year of college, he was introduced to 40K. Holy shit, he went crazy, guy. He went nuts. And to this day, he even started a miniatures company of like kind of like 30K or 40K kind of like clone stuff, like scenery and stuff. And holy shit. But yeah, he was like, yeah, dude, I was that jock. I was that, dick making fun of I was making fun of all the geeks, right? And fucking with them and shit. Now he's like full blown just 40K fanatic. And he plays fucking like orcs, Tyranids, and then like Nurgle. So he's playing like big ass like horde armies of orcs. Jesus. So he's playing a lot. He's got like an orc Gargant in like 28 mil, and it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm like, welcome to welcome to the club, brother. But yeah, dude, I have always been so like growing up. I was a punk. I was metalhead punk, and I was always a gamer, always. So like I would wear I'd wear my like TSOL t-shirt, and I'd be talking about like fucking the latest issue of the Punisher or GI Joe, and it's not bad. And, like talking about gaming, dude. And people all shit. I didn't have a lot of girlfriends during that time, but now, man, you guys are fucking lucky now. I mean, gamers now, shit. It's like it's cool to be a gamer now. So like all the chicks are like, oh, well, now I never had any problems with having gaming with the girls because I never had a problem with girls around me in the first place, to be honest with you. But gaming they usually didn't partake. But as I got like college, shit, man, I'd say half the people I played with were female, and then probably all the girls that I were with, they played. I mean, I think probably played because I was playing, but they enjoyed it. I mean, they really got into it. Like D&D and some played 40K, and board games and shit. Mel, she fell in love with it, right, baby?
Yeah.
I think Mel placates me. She loves me, so she plays these games with me. She has a good time. I just got to get her to the table. When she gets to the table, she has a good time. I need to start losing more so she doesn't get upset. She hates when I say that, guys. Oh, Brian said he was when in his youth he would like hang the geeks up on the fence.
Oh man.
What a dick. What a jerk. Now you're a frothing gamer.
I didn't care about geeks or jocks. I was wearing between.
It's funny because I mean I was kind of like the same thing. I grew up in the same town. Like I lived in the same town my whole life, guys. Growing up, Arlington, Texas, and so I like my elementary school. All the people from my elementary school ended up in my junior high and my high school. So it's like I was with the same fucking people my whole life. So I was friends with everybody, man. Honestly, because I'd known them for so long. I've like known these people. Don't get me wrong. When junior high hit, everybody's hormones are going fucking crazy, and the cliques start happening, and people start to split up or whatever, and forming. The people change and they start to age. So. But yeah, so I didn't really have any. I think I was in a couple fights in school. No one really fucked with me though, because they know I kicked their ass, or tried to at least. But I'm a lover, not a fighter. You guys get that? I'm a lover, not a fighter. But yeah, so. But I've always had fun gaming, man. I had a lot of fun. Made some lifelong friends. Shit, man. I got a bunch of gaming friends I haven't even met. Like, shit. I don't know you got like Brian, man. I don't know you, man. But I consider you a buddy of mine. You're fucking off on the other side of the country, and then like Rob's in fucking Spain. You're a buddy of mine, Rob. Don't ask me for any money though. Because I ain't got none. Got no monies. Oh man, money. Talk about money. We're talking about gaming. Prices. Shit, man. Prices in general are fucking crazy. Woo. Went to the store today, right? Bought some food for dinner, and shit. When ramen noodles, right, are fucking over $1 for 2 bricks of ramen. Over a fucking dollar. The world is about to explode. It's like, what are all the college kids eating? How are they surviving?
They're just taking drugs, baby.
They're just taking drugs. They're drinking 5-hour energy. That's all. That's what they live off of.
They don't need food.
They don't need food. It's like genetically food is no longer needed.
They eat Taco Bell and
Well, shit. So Mel brings up Taco Bell. Shit, that was a big thing when we were in college, dude. And tacos were like 60 cents or something, or 50 cents, 2 for $1, I think it was. Dude, you can't even get a single taco for a fucking $1 now. They're like $1 something. And it's the same fucking taco. That's nothing new. But I don't know. That's the sign of a crotchety gamer talking about the old times. Old times was better. Shit. Brian says I'm a cheater in my gaming. She said you'd win more if I wasn't cheating so much.
You are. He's right.
I just fucking told her, man. She's like, whatever. I see how it is. I know you guys are emailing each other fucking behind my back, like coming up ways to destroy me. It's all right. Take a number and get in line.
I'm trying to find the way to destroy you.
Oh yeah. So we watched another movie today. What was it? The 27th Day.
27th Day.
27th Day. It's like a 1950 something movie. So starts off really good, right? So it's basically these 5 people on Earth are taken to an alien spacecraft, and the alien says, "Our world is dying, and you've just invented the H-bomb, and we're worried that you're going to destroy the Earth, and we don't want you to destroy the Earth because our world is dying, and this is the place that we're going to retreat to before that happens. That's going to happen in 30-something days, right?" They're like, "You're going to invade," and like, "No, I'm not going to invade. But what we're going to do is, because it's not in our nature to kill sentient beings." So basically, what they do is they give them all these 5 people. They give them these like doomsday devices, right? And only they can use it. And long story short, like a couple, and if they die, the doomsday device becomes inert, and the thing's only active for 27 days, and all this shit's happening. So it's like the world powers are trying to get a hold of these people and get a hold of that weapon and use it, whatever. So at the very end, right? Honestly, it's a pretty good social commentary of like the times at that time, all the crazy shit that was going down, but at the very fucking end, the DOS Machia, whatever it is, whatever that term is called. So one of the scientists that got one of the doomsday devices gets he finds out that there's some sort of formula or some sort of code in there saying that you can do this and save everybody instead of you just doing some selfish act and just using these weapons for your own. Anyway, so the guy figures it out and he initiates that doomsday device, right? And it does. So around the world, these doomsday devices go off and it kills a bunch of people. But check this out. So most of the people survive on Earth. And this is where the movie just went to shit. Just went completely tits up. The only people that died in the world were the bad people. That's it. It was like the people who were against peace and humanity died. That was the only ones. So I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? That was the stupidest ending. Just like, let's wrap this up real quick. We'll just come up. All right, the doomsday device only kills the people that are mean, and everybody else lives in peace. And the aliens come down and are welcomed to Earth by the people that are survived. And everybody's happy because all the bad people are gone and all the good people are left, and we all live in peace and harmony. I'm just like, what the fuck? So it's like this whole buildup of this whole humanity. They're talking about how the aliens are like, well, humankind is always to destroy itself or whatever. I'm like, okay, listen, guys, I agree with some. Excuse me, I agree with some of that, but that's bullshit. Because if human nature was just to destroy and kill each other, I'm not saying that's not part of it, but if that was a defining factor, we wouldn't have any society, man. We would just be living in fucking caves, Still, we wouldn't have technology other than like military tech. You know, we wouldn't have like these huge. I mean, because if we live like what they're talking about, there would be no there'd be no ability to sustain. Like humanity would never have continued on. It would just be defeated by itself long time ago before the fucking 50s. So it's like, I don't know. I don't agree with that statement that they were trying to make about how humanity is meant to destroy itself. But I mean, don't get me wrong, that's part of our fucking nature, but it's not the defining factor, I don't think. I don't know. But yeah, so it was a letdown. So I theorized that, they have this big social message, right? The writers message, and they didn't know how to fucking end it. I think they're running out of time, and they're probably writing it on the fly, and they're like, "Shit, we got to end this movie, man. How are we gonna end it? Let's just say all the jerks die. All right, because we have to stop filming next week, so let's just come up with some shit." Yeah, I think it was kind of. But other than that, it was a pretty good movie. Like one of the women that were taken, she was like Chinese. She was in China during Mao's purges, and like right before they picked her up to take her to the alien spacecraft, her family was killed by the communists. And then one of them was a Soviet soldier, another one was like an American writer, another one was like I think he was like a Dutch scientist, and the last one was this girl from England. And the girl from England like threw her device into the ocean so it couldn't be used. And then like the Chinese girl, she came back home, and like her fucking village is burnt down by the fucking commies from Mao's crew. And she puts the device on like a Buddha temple, and she just kills herself. Because she's like, I'm not going to partake in this insanity. And she just destroys herself. And when she dies, the device like becomes inert, so no one could use it against her or use it against anybody. And but yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, again, it was a good movie until the fucking ending, and the ending was just dumb as hell. But anywho's, what did we see a preview for just a minute ago? Oh, a new Nick Fury movie.
Nope, it's a show.
Oh, it's a TV show. Excuse me, a TV
it's
show. Oh God, Disney. It's Disney Marvel. Pass. I don't know, man. I think the age of the superhero like show is done. I think it's overkill. I think Disney, man, they just think that we want to watch 50 million superhero movies in a year. And like Star Wars, and then they just change it all. They just reboot it, and it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna forget about all this shit, and we're just gonna, like Luke is a dick and drinks green milk, and I don't know.
He's into that yak milk.
He's into the yak milk. Yak milk does the body good. Pass it on. No, I don't care about any of that shit. I used to be a Star Wars fan, like when I was a kid, but not anymore. It's just, I think it was meant for kids. But I mean, if you're into it, you're into it. It's just not my thing. The Meishu, the Mishu disaster. Oh, the MCU. I got it now. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, listen, man. I mean, the whole it's so stupid. Like just the whole gender swap and the whole race swap of characters. I mean, I don't see it. I mean, why don't you just create your own characters? Like, why does I don't know. That's just the thing to do. It's the fad now. It's just like, well, let's turn this person into a girl, and if it's a girl, let's make her, black, or let's make her gay, or let's make her. So why don't we make like new characters like that are strong women that are black or gay?
They tried that
or whatever.
Snowflake and
Snowflake and Safe Space or whatever.
Yes, they tried that.
That didn't even get released. That didn't even get published.
So yeah.
I don't know, but listen. I mean, I don't have a problem with women being. Well, you know me. I don't have a problem with black women or gay, trans. I don't give a shit. I don't care. You live your life how you want, right? But I'm just saying, instead of like just taking a character and then changing it. So like, okay, guys. So I'm a huge Captain America fan, right? Huge, massive. I had most of the Golden Age run, dude. The Captain America comics. That's how fucking dedicated a Cap collector I was. Huh?
What if they made Captain America a female?
Well, they did. Anyway. So here's a big thing with me. Like, I think Marvel did a pretty good job with Cap in the movies. I think they got his personality right and everything. But like, I was pissed of the movie, first Avenger movie, because it was Cap fighting the fucking Hydra. It's like, what the fuck? It's World War II, right? It's World War II. He needs to be fighting the fucking Nazis. And he did. He fought the Nazis that one engagement. And then they wrote in some fucking bullshit where it's, Hydra. What the fuck? Cap was creating the Nazis, not Hydra wasn't even in Europe during World War II. Anyway, don't get me started. But, anyway. And I'm just like, I was bummed because I wanted to see Cap busting some Nazi head, dude. But no, it's, that's not PC. You can't have Nazis as bad guys anymore. They got to be neutral, not so offensive, made up world dominators. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just dumb. It was just dumb. And I was upset about that, man. I thought they just, so that movie was ruined for me for just that one little thing. And, a lot of people like, give me shit for like, why are there Nazis? I'm like, well, dude, it's fucking World War II. It's like, well, you can't have World War II without, Soviets. Can't have World War II without the Japanese. Can't have World War II without the fucking Americans or the British. You can't have World War II without the fucking, Brazilians. I mean, shit, it happened. And that's what makes that's why my Weird World War II, I like it to be, pretty cool. Oh, is it lagging? Yeah, it's running. Is it lagging, guys? It's probably we're an hour in. That's usually when YouTube starts fucking with me. But yeah, so I use this shit, but again, it's just wood stain, so you guys can go out and you just do it exactly. You just lacquer that shit on there. You just put it all over. Get it all, and then just set it aside, and miraculously just does a wash on all your figures. I have Tester's flat dull coat, and it's done. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for sitting with me. We got 3 guys done. We got 4 guys done. So we actually did my goal for tonight. Actually, 4 guys done. So we actually did my goal for tonight. So thank you. Thanks for hanging with me. Hopefully, again, I'm going to try to do groups of 4 every day. So, I'll probably every Monday, I'll probably just do this until this is done. It's kind of fun. I know you guys like, I might do a showcase. I know you guys like the showcase videos. I show you all my collection. I probably haven't even seen half my collection, guys, of all the videos that we've had. I got a shit ton of stuff, man. And I've been doing this for 40 years. And I've been doing Weird War II for probably 20. So 15, 20. So, all right, guys. Well, again, everybody, thanks for swinging by. Again, this is about the time where YouTube starts to kick people off after the hour mark, at least on my end, because I used to do the live chats on YouTube, but it keeps being weird. We're not the highest tech over here. But hey, Shadow, brother, you shoot me a message, man. I don't know how to get a hold of you other than through your videos. So shoot me a message. You can get my email information is on the YouTube page. Just go to it's in there. It's Brian at WWII.com. Just give me a call, man. We'll hook up and I'll help you out finding some cool Weird War II pulp shit, man. That's my jam. All right. I want to say thanks, Sean, Brian, Shadow, Rob. Greg was in there. I appreciate you guys coming out. You guys are always welcome to hang. Always welcome to chat with me. And whatever you do, check out Shadow and Sun. His channel's badass. Check out Mini Warmutt. Sean, if you have a channel, dude, put it in the description. And Rob, brother from Spain, if you have a channel that you have, you guys are more than welcome to. I'm not some weirdo, you guys. We're all hobby. Well, I am a weirdo, but we're all hobbyists, man. We're all weirdo hobbyist gamers, and it's okay to self advertise. All right, guys. No matter what you do in this crazy mixed up world, what do you do, baby?
Keep it weird, bitches.
Keep it weird, bitches. See you later.
Ugh.